everyone. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. So my name's Kathy. I talk about all different things, Jesus and life experiences, and yeah, hopefully things that can be uplifting to people, maybe encouraging, just to let people know that they're not alone in whatever is being talked about. So I wanted to do a video. I heard this saying or this quote, I don't even know where it came from, many years ago. It could even be like 30 years ago. And maybe when I was around 20 or something. And it has stuck with me ever since. And I really try to live as close to it as possible. And so it is, be a health statistic instead of a disease statistic. And so what that means and how I interpret it is the things that we can do to make, when we make decisions about what we eat on a daily basis, what we drink, what we put into our bodies, what we do to our bodies, things like that. So we have control over that. I know a lot of people don't have control over if they were born with a certain illness or disease, or something happens to them and they had no say in the matter. I'm talking about where maybe a person just, there might be someone who eats really bad on a daily basis, and their doctor is telling them, okay, we need to get your cholesterol under control. It is out of control. It is sky high. Or maybe someone who, let's see, I'm trying to think, maybe someone who smokes, and I'm not judging anyone, trust me, I can do better on a daily basis. And yeah, this is, like I said, this is how I try to live daily. And being a new year right now, it just refreshes in my mind, okay, let's make better decisions. That basically sums it up, is making better decisions on a daily basis. Because trust me, I love donuts and chocolate and all kinds of goodies like that, like cake, cookies, all those things. And it's all I can do to not just go crazy every single day. But I also know how my body feels when I eat really quote unquote bad and things that aren't good for me. And I will do another video on when I was diagnosed with a major health issue and what surrounded that. So look for that to be coming probably in the next week or so. But back to this. So, and sorry if I'm all over the place. There's just, since this has been in my mind for 30 plus years, it could even be 35 years, I'm not sure. But I remember when I was 18 and I moved out of my parents' house from Oregon and moved to California. And yeah, I just wanted to be, I was really into, gosh, health foods are really neat and it's so interesting, all these wonderful. And even when I was a high schooler in Oregon, there was a little small health food store in the town closest to us, which was still half an hour away. And I would love going there and just looking to see what they had. And, instead of just the big corporate companies selling, chips and burgers and sodas and all that stuff. So that's just kind of been how I have been my whole life. So, and that might even be another video, just, yeah, that could be another one. What I learned about soda from my first job and when I was in high school. But I digress. So back to, yes, so what we can do, just making decisions ourselves. And I'm not the hugest fan, I'll be honest, of doctors and pharmaceutical companies and those huge industries, making the pills and all of that. A lot of it comes from personal experience dealing with doctors, and I believe, and I've talked to friends of mine, that nowadays doctors are so, especially, I hate to say it, but younger doctors coming out of medical school, and I've even heard older doctors say that they are taught differently nowadays compared to when, maybe a 50 or 60 or 65-year-old medical doctor went to school. They have said, I've heard them say that, yeah, they're taught very different now, and a lot of it does revolve around what pharmaceuticals can we prescribe to you and all those things. So personal experience with doctors, and even like family members, their experiences, and friends. And I was in the health field for many years, and I would talk to many people every day, and all of their stories, that was like 15 years of doing that, after hearing just story after story after story after story of just negative things that people had happened to them, either from a doctor that wasn't paying attention, or a pharmaceutical drug that wasn't correct for them. And I know people, both friends and family, who have died from like medical mistakes. And if you look up the statistics on that, it is astronomical. So yeah, the bottom line, I don't always trust all the doctors, all the hospitals, all the pharmaceutical companies, the medical establishment. There are good doctors out there. There's great, incredible doctors out there. I've talked about some on my channel. One especially, I get his newsletter every day in my email. It's Dr. Mercola. I think it's mercola.com. MERCOLA. And I've followed him for 20 or 30 years also. And he's incredible. So there are good doctors out there, and there's other ones that I watch on YouTube. But I think that we have to, and I know a lot of people agree with this, there's the saying, we have to be our own health advocate. So even if you get a diagnosis of maybe A, B, and C, you need to research. And this is my opinion. Not everyone's going to agree. Some people worship their doctor. And I know someone close to me who absolutely worships his doctor like the doctor is God. And yeah, that, and no exaggeration on that. He would probably even bow down and kiss this guy's feet. And this, yeah, I know things that have happened with people who have seen this doctor. So, okay, so yes, I'm trying to gather my thoughts. I know I do apologize. I'm all over the place. But yes, we need to be our own health advocate and take charge, again, my opinion, of our health. If we are diagnosed with something, research it. Sometimes Dr. Google isn't the best, and that can really, for lack of a better word, freak people out by what they read. But you can always get a second opinion from another doctor. You can get a third opinion. You can see a naturopathic doctor. You can see a chiropractor, which that's what I did when I had a really bad diagnosis. And yeah, there's all different things you can do. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not anything like that. Check with your doctor, your health professional before you make a big change, before you do something that you need to consult with someone about. So don't take my word for anything. This is just my opinion, my experience, what I've seen, what I've heard, what I've dealt with. And yeah, so, and sometimes you end up finding out things that the doctor doesn't even know about. Or you might be talking to someone who had a recovery, or you have to watch when you say the word cure, or someone who gets over an ailment or an illness, and by doing something completely not on the doctor's radar. So, and that happened to me too. So yes, definitely advocate for yourself, do your own research if you want to. Some people don't want to, they don't have the time, they don't have the energy, they don't care. Some people don't mind taking 10 prescriptions a day and feeling awful and this, that, and the other thing. I know people like that too. So this is if you want to take charge of your health, your life, how you feel, what's going on with you. That's how I've always been. So yes, so my whole thing going back to the saying is I don't want to be a disease statistic. I'd rather be a health statistic. You know, there's all these health magazines and health websites and YouTube channels and this and that, and they'll say, you know, here's a percentage of people who have heart attacks, strokes, this, that, and the other thing, you know, a whole list of, you know, 100 things. And again, sometimes those things happen and we can't control them. But if you can do something about whatever's going on with your body, or maybe you have a health history of something, you know, the doctor, your doctor, or maybe someone along the way maybe said to you, well, maybe stay away from such and such, since that does run in your family. Or I'm sure people understand what I'm saying. I could go on and on for probably a half an hour, but so that is my thoughts on that. I'd rather be on the health side, and you know, God forbid, anything could happen. You know, today something could happen, God forbid, to any of us. Even, yeah, I could be on tomorrow saying, oh my gosh, guess what just happened? But, you know, be that as it may. So I just have to do what I can do on a daily basis. And again, I'm not perfect at all. And I can do better every single day. And when I get groceries today, I'm going to buy more fruits and vegetables. So, and that's what I talked about in yesterday's video. For the day one video, I think, for the new year, new you. So anyways, I hope all that makes sense. I know it was kind of all over. I just have a lot in my head with that history of doctors, medical establishments, pharmaceutical companies, all those things. And you could really deep dive into it and find out more about the medical establishments. But that's a different topic for a different day. So I hope excuse me, hold on. My gosh, I went the whole video. So hope everyone is having a good day.